Giles here, and today I got a slightly more serious topic for you all, which is bullshit coaching and bullshit coaching practices in the fitness industry. Let's start off by saying this, okay? Repeat after me. I don't need a coach. I don't need a coach. I don't need a coach. I don't need a coach because, in all honesty, you do not need a coach. What you need is the knowledge that that coach has about fitness that you can use for the rest of your life, whether that coach is in your life or not. I'm just going to explain, I'm just going to go through this in a little bit, deeper. Say you're training with someone, and all that someone is doing is they have you on some sort of generic program, and all that they're doing is while you're doing their exercises in the gym, if they're on their phone counting mindless repetitions, that's not a good coach. A good coach imparts their knowledge onto you so that you learn the form, you learn the technique, you learn how to not need this coach around. You learn how to eat your food, you learn how to, diet, to lose weight, to gain weight, to everything under the sun. If you are spending a one-on-one time with somebody, and at the end of 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, if you have learned nothing more, okay, than you knew when you joined the gym, be it about your body, about diet, about fitness, that coach isn't coaching you. That coach is just tagging you along for the ride and counting your repetitions. Okay, if all you've done is learn how to count from 1 to 12 better, that's not a good coach. A good coach teaches you to not need them around anymore in your life. That being said, if you're a coach watching this video now, you think, "Nah, Giles, how can you say that? You're a coach yourself. How do you earn your money if you're slowly trying to get rid of clients?" And my answer to that is goodwill. Okay, goodwill goes a long way. Think of it like this, okay? If I do good to somebody, chances are that that person is going to do good to me. If I have imparted knowledge onto somebody, life-changing, good knowledge for them that they can keep for themselves for the rest of their life, that person will talk about you to other people. It's like going to a restaurant and thoroughly enjoying the food you've eaten. If I go to a place that where I like the food, I'm probably going to take my family and take my friends to the restaurant as well so they can try the food. It's the same with coaching. If somebody truly loves the way you coach, if somebody truly loves the knowledge you've given them, who feels like you've understood them, understood their problems, and given them a way out that they could have forever, that goes a long way. There's no way that they wouldn't tell other people about you. Okay, so don't worry about losing clients. If you're good to your clients and truly good to your clients, and if you have, if you impart your knowledge onto them, that goes an amazingly long way. And it is also rewarding for you because there are times I've had people from years ago who message me and say, "Giles, the best coaching I had is when you told me this about my body and it still makes a difference for me today." Or, "Giles, those exercises that you taught me long ago, this is the way I'm using it today." It makes me really happy to see how people have understood their bodies and understood their movement patterns, and they're doing it on their own. Okay, so a good coach teaches you form and technique, teaches you to not need them around. An example for it is if someone is training with you 3 times a week, what I normally like doing with people is I give them, after I'm confident that they are moving their bodies well, I give them workouts that they could do maybe 1 or 2 times a week, sometimes the other 3 times a week, without needing me around. Okay, so I'm slowly trying to make them self-sufficient, but in a safe way with movements that I'm 100% sure that they will do safely. So as that happens, then maybe you can start making them do 4 times a week on their own and being around with them only twice. So the lesser and lesser you can be in someone's life while slowly taking the training wheels off and empowering them to live the best lives that they can live without you being in their lives, that is coaching. Alright? That brings us to point number 2, which is the coach that only sees you as a cash cow. If all your coach is trying to do is pull more and more money out of your bank account and into their bank account, that is not a good coach. Okay, if all your coach is trying to do is sell you supplements, sell you vitamins, sell you pre-workouts, sell you this, sell you that, and is trying to drain you for everything that you have without understanding that that is your hard-earned money that you are trusting them with. That's not a good coach. That's not ethical to do at all. You have a salesperson in your life, you do not have a coach in your life. Okay, a coach tries to make fitness easy for you in the budget that's friendly for you. Okay, the only thing I personally feel a coach should charge for is their knowledge. Okay, yes, if you can make a buck off selling a supplement, why the hell not? But don't make a buck off everyone. Not everyone needs those supplements, and many a time, okay, people who end up buying those supplements end up not even using those supplements. It's literally money taken from their bank account and shoved down the toilet. And I personally wouldn't like someone to, do that with my money, do that with my time, do that with my hard-earned money especially. So, and I'm sure you wouldn't like it being done with your money. So don't do it with other people's money. Yeah. Don't see your clients as just cash cows and you can drain for every penny that they have, or every rupee that they have. Yeah. See them as human beings, value their time, value their money, and if at all supplements are needed, only then add supplements into their program. Don't force feed themselves. Don't force feed them those supplements. Okay? Build trust and build a good relationship with someone. Try to make fitness sustainable for them under a budget to your best ability. Okay, that brings us to point number 3, which is your coach that loves overcomplicating fitness. In my opinion, you can be fit with just one pull-up bar and a little bit of empty space to move. Now, this is for the regular person. This is not for your athlete. This is not for your special population that needs special programs. Okay, it's not for your athletes that keep going in and off season, etc. This is for your regular person. All right, if your coach is telling you that today is Sunday, there's a solar eclipse, the sun, there's like only 30% of the rays of the sun that is hitting the earth, and because 30% of the sun is hitting the earth, you need to spend 30 degrees in a push-up. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, I see coaches giving clients extremely overcomplicated programs when all that they need to be doing is teaching clients the right form, the right technique, the right eating patterns, and how to make fitness easy for them to do regardless of where they are. Whether they only have an open space, whether they only have a pull-up bar, or whether they have a full-fledged gym. Okay? Don't overcomplicate people. Don't overcomplicate fitness. The only 2 things as a coach that you should be teaching your clients to do is, number 1, and this is by far the most important one, is how to train safely. Okay? If you're not teaching them how to train safely and how to move their body safely through the various movements, yeah, that's bad coaching. Please teach your clients safety. Okay, no ego lifting. Keep the ego at the door. Okay, and number 2, okay, is training a little harder than they did the last time. If you mix training safe along with training a little harder than you did the last time, be it your cardio, be it your lifting weights, you have an element of success right there. You keep the risk low, you keep the reward high. That's what I tell all my clients to do. That's what I tell all the coaches I coach to do, is keep your clients' risk low, keep your reward high. Okay, you have one body. Don't overcomplicate fitness, and take care of that one body to the best ability that you can. Okay, I remember having a chat with this one coach, and he's a big time coach, and in all honesty, we couldn't agree on something. So he came to me with this question. He's like, I have this 60-year-old lady who has a little bit of a knee problem, who wants to learn box jumps. How do I teach her box jumps? And plyometrics is one of the things that I'm specialized in coaching. So I just look to him and I say, you don't teach that person box jumps. You teach that person first how to just land. And that person was mind blown with the fact that I actually told him to train someone to not do something. Okay, because as a coach, it doesn't matter whether your client wants to do something. As a coach, you need to understand what your client needs and make a program that's safe for them to do without overcomplicating the program, and making sure that they gain more with the low risk. Okay, keep them injury free. They're trusting you with their bodies, okay? So they're literally trusting you with the only one home that they have. Don't overcomplicate fitness, and keep them safe, okay? And that brings us to point 4, which is, in my opinion, the worst kind of coach out there, and that is coach steroid guru. Okay, if somebody is new to the gym, especially your young kids who have ambitions of having a certain kind of a body, or who have seen some superstar and they just want to get a body like that, if they've just entered the gym and they do not even know the right form, the right technique, if they are 16, 17, 18 years old, if they are in those fundamental years of their life, and all you are doing is trying to force steroids down their throats or put them on some sort of a cycle, you are a horrible person, okay? And you need to be in jail, okay? You do not risk people like that, okay? You do not, when someone enters the gym, you do not give them a protein shake and a bag full of steroids at the same time, okay? You teach them form and technique. You teach them what they need. You teach them about their bodies, about diet, okay? And you as a client, okay, ask the coach questions. If someone is forcing you to go on a cycle, and I've seen people get forced into cycles, okay? And the problem is, these kids don't even know any better, okay? They don't, and many a times they're too nervous to even ask the questions, because that coach takes so much power and so much control over their life, where they just openly trust someone. If someone trusts you that much, and if all you can reply to that person whenever they ask you questions is, bro, I know what I'm doing, bro, just trust me, bro, or I will not give away my secrets, you're full of shit, okay? You do not sell steroids at the same time when someone is just new to the gym. Let them learn their bodies, let them reach their genetic limit on their own, okay, before you even think about putting someone on a cycle. And trust me, I have quite a strong opinion on steroids, which I'm going to make a whole other video on, like an entire video on my opinion on steroids, and it will probably shock a lot of people, yeah? But if you're new to the gym and you meet coach steroid guru who only wants to force you to get onto PDs, you need to drop this coach. You need to probably report this person, because this person is being extremely unethical, okay? They are being unethical with you, and if you see it happening to someone else, please, after watching this video, if you know a coach, or if you know people who have a coach that's only forcing them to have steroids, please, especially if they are new to the gym, especially if they don't know anything about anything, especially if they are not even close to their limits, please go to those people, tell them not to do that, okay? Tell them to stop doing what they are doing, tell them to not put people's lives at risk, okay? Because those hormones could probably change your hormones for the rest of your life. You might end up becoming dependent on those PDs just to have, a regular hormonal balance in the future. So if you see it happening to someone, tell them that what is happening to them is not right. If you see someone doing it, call it out. It's very important, okay? So in my opinion, those are the 4 really bullshit coaching practices that I see. I'm just going to go through them one last time so you have a brief at the end of the video. Alright, number 1, it's the coach that always keeps you reliant on their coaching, okay? If your coach is not teaching you to be self-reliant, if your coach is not imparting knowledge onto you, that's not a good coach, okay? Your coach should make you learn the right form and technique, learn the right diet, what you should eat, etc, 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 and should teach you to not need them around, okay? Point number 2 is the coach that unnecessarily overcomplicates fitness, okay? If they put you on some crazy program, and if they don't really teach you fitness for what fitness is, yeah, it's not uncomplicated. The only 2 things you need for fitness are safety and training harder than you trained the last time using that safety. Be it your running, be it your lifting weights, okay? Next up, the coach that only sees you as a cash cow. If all your coach is trying to do is take your money from your bank account and make it money in their bank account, that's not a good coach. That's a very unethical person. And that's probably just a salesperson that you've accidentally hired as a coach, yeah? And point number 4, and which in my opinion is the most terrible, not only coach, scummy person you could ever meet in your life, is the coach that forces you to go on a cycle before you even know what you're doing in the gym, before you've even reached your limits in the gym. Yeah. So stay away from this person, and if you know people who are with this person, ask them to stay away as well. Okay, impart knowledge onto them. Yeah, so these are my 4 bullshit coaches and bullshit coaching practices that I'm going to tell you about in this video. Yeah, thank you for tuning in, and if you really like these videos and if you want me to make more of these videos, firstly, subscribe to the channel. Okay, I forgot to do it in my last video and everyone told me, Jaz, you forgot to tell people to subscribe. So subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification. Alright, I intend on doing these very consistently. So yeah, help me out and also share the video. It's kind of new whatever I'm doing here, so share the video, it goes a long way. Yeah, thank you for your time. Giles signing out.